Our guest today is Rosemary. Join us to hear her story.
A lot of people are very discouraged. You see, my business is relatively very new,
Yeah.
but I decided, you know what, I'm just going to start because the thing is just start. Once you start, every day is, you find out higher. Kumbe, I could have done this higher. So it's a learning process. It's a journey. So every day you make a step and you're for real headed to the right direction. That is if you also remain consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what you do?
Yes, I would. So my name is Rosemary.
Yeah.
I run a business by the name Watsy Lactose-free ice cream.
Yeah.
I am based in Kenya, Africa, because
Yeah.
you said you're in the UK, so I just want to explain. So my business started because my daughter, who is called Watsy,
Yeah.
was born with an allergic reaction. She was lactose intolerant.
Okay.
So yeah, so I would go out, and when I'm going to have some ice cream or anything, I couldn't really enjoy it because of course I will not eat ice cream and she's looking at me. So I went back home sometimes in 2016 and decided, you know what, I'm going to start doing a research.
Yeah.
I Googled, I went on YouTube, I went on Facebook, and I started making my ice cream. So the first ice cream I made was actually not for sale. I was making it basically for my home, for my children, and my home, no one else. And then one day I posted, I think on my WhatsApp. Then someone was like, "Hiya, you make ice cream?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's lactose free because of 1, 2, 3, like I explained." And they're like, "Okay, I'm interested. I'd want to buy." And that's where my business, the idea, came to me. And I was like, I can actually start a business because I know this is a niche that has not been. It was maybe someone identified it, but they have not really gone and started making the ice cream. So I identified a niche and I went into it, and so far so good.
Yeah.
I keep pushing, and that's just how that's how my business was born.
And how long have you been doing this business?
So in 2016 was trial and error. 2017, not 2016, sorry, 2018
Yeah.
was when I started slowly, but it was for home use only. So I'd say 2020 January is when I started selling, actively marketing rather.
And did you have to do some training to know how to make the ice cream, or you taught yourself how to do it?
I am self-taught. YouTube is my teacher, if anything, and Google is my other teacher. I Googled, I identified books, I downloaded them, so I read them. I'm still reading, but that's what I did. I read books, I went on YouTube, and then I tried so many times before I made my first ice cream. You guys, the number of times it was not ice cream, it was just something else, was so many. Yeah, but I kept doing, and eventually one day it was like, yeah, it's in the freezer, and then the following morning I wake up and it's something. It's not even ice cream. I can't even say what it is. But I kept pushing because I didn't want my daughter to feel her left out ish, in quotes, not really left out, but you understand.
Yeah.
And also I didn't want to not know, because once I operate from a point of view. If I'm really interested in doing something, I go in. It's going in and going in completely. So I didn't really lose hope. But I felt demotivated at times because I'm making this thing, there's no result. But I kept doing, and I make now, and it's perfect. I'm still not where I want to be, but it's a journey. I have moved forward. I can't say I'm where I started, honestly speaking.
Yeah. So like now, have you started like established a shop where somebody can come and buy? Or
No, I have not established a shop yet. One, because my business is still growing. I make my ice cream from home. So once someone wants to buy from me, I usually send a rider or I deliver it myself. So we don't have a shop yet, but we will get there.
Yeah. And how do you juggle your mom? You're starting up a
Yes.
business.
Yeah.
How are you managing both of them, family life and business together?
It's a bit tough, but it's doable. I usually come from a point of I am very, you know what, I decided I will do this. So I juggle between my children, I have many children, and my business. So I identify a time during the day. I take maybe 2 hours. In those 2 hours, my children are with the helps.
Yeah.
I sit down, I do what I need to do for the day. So in the evening, for example, today is Monday, Sunday evening, I sit down, I write my plan for Monday. So I identify, I sit, I plan my day. So the following day, I'm not thinking, oh gosh, what do I need to do? I already know what I need to do. So in those 2 hours that I have set aside for doing the business,
Yeah.
I absolutely do what I need to do because I had already planned. So planning is key for me. It really works.
Oh, nice. What inspires you about your job? What you do?
What inspires me is actually my clients, that I started a business and that people buy my products,
Yeah.
and I get very many positive feedbacks. That inspires me. And also, what else inspires you? I inspire myself. By this I mean,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd actually be a business lady. I always looked for employment,
Yeah.
the employment path. But when I started the business and I got clients and people are buying, and I'm being featured on, articles, and you also in this particular interview,
Yeah.
this encourages me. Meaning people can see my work, and meaning people are interested in it, and so I keep moving.
Okay. Oh, and now you're just starting up. You know where you are.
Yes.
What growth
Yes.
opportunities do you think are there in your field of work?
The opportunities that are there is, first and foremost, my business is a health brand. By health brand, I mean people who are lactose intolerant and would like to have ice cream. I sort the solution for them. So I need to identify. I need to identify, and I need to. My clientele is not everyone. I speak this from a positive side. My ice cream is not for everyone. It's for particular people. And when I get to know, or those particular people get to know of my business, then I'm going to go to the next level. So I am aggressively marketing myself to reach to that particular clientele that I am looking for.
You're almost there.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, the hardest bit I think is starting. That's where most people
It
give
is.
up.
Yeah.
So, but after you start, you are like, there's no going back.
There isn't. It's just forward, moving forward, forward.
Yeah. And what impacts do you think your business has on the society?
First of all, ice cream brings people together. I say this because I see when I give my daughters the ice cream, we eat, we have fun, we are together. So first, my business brings especially those people together because they never used to have an option in terms of ice cream. They couldn't eat ice cream.
Yeah.
So it brings people together. Number two, I am able to provide a solution to people who get a lot of bloating from milk, whose stomach get upset from eating or drinking milk or anything with milk. So I'm able to sort that out for them.
And from doing that, what fulfillment do you think you get from your business?
I actually really get full. What I get is I at the end of the day, when I am able to, like today I have orders I deliver and then I'm back home, I sit down and I'm like, you know what, today I touched someone's life. I touched someone's life because I met them. I met them, so I get to make a friend or a client, and then I sell my product to them, and so we keep in touch because I need to know how the ice cream was. And to be honest, the ice cream is not always good for everyone. There are people who are very sensitive. So in that particular case, we engage with that particular client. So we sit down and we identify. We say, so let's try this and this, and then we try. If that doesn't work, we sit down again. So I have made friends off of my business. I have been able to learn more of my business from other people's needs. You understand?
Yes.
So I become a better person because every day is a learning process. As long as you have a new person you're delivering to, their feedback makes you a better person, whether it's a negative feedback or a positive feedback.
Yeah, and it's a learning curve anyway. You learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
And how rewarding do you think it is to do what you do?
For me, personally speaking, it's very rewarding because one, of course, my daughter gets to eat ice cream now.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to feel left out.
Yeah.
And I say left out not in a negative connotation, just in the aspect of she can actually just enjoy ice cream on a hot sunny day. Just that. That is my utmost satisfaction, that I was able to identify and I was able to produce a product that she can eat and she does not get to react.
Yeah. And
Yes.
how do people, like, you see your family,
Yeah.
how does your business affect your family and your social life? Like, does it hinder you from having a good family life or social life?
No, I'd say no. One, because it has made me make ice cream for my family, so it has affected my family in a positive way. We have cut costs in regards to buy ice cream. So we don't buy ice cream in our home. We just make ice cream. And number two, it has made me get more friends. So in terms of my social life, it has made me have more friends. So because I get to go there, I get to go to events, I get to go to market, and all that stuff. So yes, it has affected me, but in a positive way.
Oh,
Yes.
so you enjoy it. You are enjoying it.
I absolutely love it. Yes, I do.
And is there a point that you thought, oh, I want to change, I don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, there's a time, even up to today, sometimes I'm not making any sense. I'm like, do I really want to do this? But I'm like, yes, I do. I keep encouraging myself. Sometimes I feel like I want to look for something else. But I'm like, you know what? Even if I was to ever look for something else, I am never letting go of my business. It's always going to be my number one.
Yeah.
I am going to push it up to the very end. We are going to see it to the end. I am never giving up on it. Even if I ever get other things to do, which is fine, because human beings, we can do more than one thing, and we can be successful actually.
Yeah.
But in my business, I am going with it. I am never letting it go. That one I know for sure.
And if you were to change, what do you think you would do?
Other than doing my business, I'd do administration or management. Yeah. I'd want to work for a non-governmental organization if I were to change, and I'd like to work, on my terms. By this I mean a certain hours in a week, or I don't want an environment that I cannot continue with my business because of a certain job. I'd want to get a job. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah. But a flexible job in administration or management.
And you say, like, you make lactose-free ice creams, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think that people misunderstand about your business?
They don't understand the lactose-free aspect. Many people ask me, what is this lactose-free about? So I have to explain to people, it's about, there are people who, when they take milk, the lactose in milk make them have a bloating, diarrhea. Some people have various reactions, stomachaches. So I have to explain to someone why it is lactose-free, why it is not just a normal ice cream. Yeah. That's the one misconception people get, that they don't understand why it is lactose free. So I really have to explain why it is lactose free.
So is that one thing you'd like people to know about your business, or new?
Yes. I'd like people to know that it's lactose free. It's for people who are lactose intolerant. However, if you're not lactose intolerant and you'd like to eat my ice cream, you can also eat. Yeah. Yes.
When you started, are there any expectations that you had about your business that you have found they're totally, like, different from reality? Like, you thought, oh, I'll do this, then the reality hit.
When I started, I never knew how, especially in terms of the measurements of my ingredients. I thought I have to put maybe 1 cup of ingredient A, 1 cup of ingredient B. But then I realized you can have 1 cup of ingredient A and half a cup of ingredient B, and that makes a perfect ice cream. It doesn't have to be, equal. So for me, when I started, I really didn't know how to measure my ingredients. But as I got and go along, I realized you need a little bit of this and more of that, less of this, more of that, and that makes a perfect combination. And so the perfect ice cream comes out of that.
And like, now you have learned all those, and your business is picking up. What would you like to see?
What I'd like to see, especially in establishments, hotel establishments, restaurants, is they have a menu for lactose intolerant persons. For example, you go to let's say you go to Art Cafe and they have, they have all these type of ice creams, sundaes. So they have their chocolate chip, lactose-free ice cream. So what I am looking to achieve is go to establishments, especially restaurants. I pitch my idea and I be supplying to them the lactose-free ice cream. So people who are lactose intolerant, when they go out, they don't have to feel left out, or they don't have to feel like they do not have an option in the ice cream options because they have a lactose intolerance. So when they go there, they can be able to enjoy their ice cream as much as the other normal people. And by normal, I mean the people who do not have an issue with lactose are doing. So that's what I'd like to do. And in terms of the health sector, I feel like many people don't really know they are lactose intolerant, because for them it's every time I drink milk, I feel like I have a stomach upset, but they really don't know what exactly is that. So maybe they'd educate them more, I'd say, by actually telling someone, if you go to a doctor and you're having this issue, they be more specific about it. I think that would be better, so that someone can really know what exactly they are ailing from.
And what challenges, or what other pressures do you think you encounter as a business person?
Get packaging. Packaging has been a challenge for me. Because I don't live near town. I have to find time. I have to go to town. I have to get the packaging and the labels, and all. That has been a challenge for me. However, I've been able to identify a source that is very reliable. It was a challenge in the beginning, but as we go along, I think I've been able to identify someone who works well for me. I still feel the distance is a bit long, but for the distance, I feel like it's not that long, because I identify a day in a week or a month, and I go and I shop for all my products. So when I come home, I run the business for a certain period, and I know the next time I need to go buy is this time, depending on how fast I sell the ice cream and all. It was a challenge in the beginning, but as we went along, it's now okay. I've been able to cope and balance on how to do it.
And if I may ask, what do you know now about your business that you wish you knew earlier?
What I know now and I wish I knew earlier is how to measure measurements. When I started, I had small tabs, very small tabs for 50 ml. But those did not work so well with my business. When I started, I wasted a lot of time trying to sell small, very small tabs, instead of just starting off at a very medium-sized tab going forward. So when I started with there were small tabs for 50 ml. Those didn't really work for me. As I went along, I identified a bigger tab, not very big, but up to 50 ml tab, which is a size medium. And when I started selling that, and at a particular price, the business went along well, and I was able to make profit margins that are more, on the higher side.
And what advice would you give somebody who is like joining your field of business, or who is thinking about it? What would you advise them to do?
Honestly speaking, I always tell them start. Just start. You know what? Just start. Even if you don't have that ice cream maker, just start. Just look for alternatives, because there's always an alternative. If you're really interested in doing that, there's always an alternative. So I just advise my honest advice is just start. It might feel so hard. It might feel, oh gosh, how will I do this? Just start. That's the key thing. When you start, and you're consistent in what you're doing, trust me, you'll head somewhere. You may not go there in a day or two, but eventually you will be there.
And what are the best memories you've had in your business?
Oh, I have quite a few of them. So one was when I had an order of 5 liters in a day. There's some random guy just out of Facebook. I posted on Facebook, then someone referred someone, and then that someone called me and like, hey, hi, I hear you make 1, 2, 3. I'm like, yes, I do. I'd like to order 5 liters. I'm like, wow. That time my business was so new. So 5 liters for me was OMG. I was so excited. That was one of my best memories. Number 2, my second best memory was when someone just randomly sent me a token of appreciation just because I make ice cream. They didn't order it. They actually don't even live in Kenya.
Yeah.
He just sent me and he's like, okay, I see how you do your business. I'm so encouraged. I want to encourage you. And he sent me a token of appreciation. I'm like, wow, people actually see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So just do. That's what I'm telling you. Just start. No, you never know who is seeing your work.
Yeah, true. And what is the best compliment you've ever received about your business?
The best compliment was last week, but a lady called me. Yeah. She told me that she wants me to she's launching an association.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an association for which is, I'm not going to reveal details, but she told me that she wants me to be part of the launch and that I have been chosen among I'm among the first 50 people to be chosen. Nice. And she has thousands and thousands of people to choose, but she chose me among the 50 people. I was so excited. I look forward to that launch. So that is one of the best things that have ever happened to me. And the launch is in July. So I'm so excited. God willing, I will be representing my business with everything in me when July comes. God willing.
And how has the pandemic affected your business?
Honestly, it didn't really affect my business. The truth of the matter is, I speak weather is what affects my business. When it's raining, people don't order for ice cream. Obvious reasons, it's cold. So for me, pandemic actually didn't affect my business. Why? Because people were at home. So many people were just seated. So many people ordered for ice cream. So for me, it was okay.
Good. And what do you want to add? Anything you want to add? Or I didn't know enough to ask. Anything about your business?
About my business, what I'd want to add is I urge people to actually try my ice cream. It is a very, very, very well thought. It's a well thought process. As to how I make it, I absolutely trust my product.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to add is for people to actually try my product.
Yeah.
And then see. Advice is my personal advice to business people. Speaking for myself first, I am not where I want to be, but I am headed there. Number two, in business, there are rainy days, there are sunny days, there are warm days, there are cold days. But in all those days, learn something. Pick a lesson from everything you experience. Everything is a learning process. Someone dear to me always tells me, everything is a learning process. You learn. Whether you feel today you don't want to do it, you're so discouraged. You know what? Do it. And plan. When you plan, there's a very, very, very high chance you're going to achieve what you planned to do. Number three, what you think is important. If you think negative thoughts, you just experience negativity. If you think positive thoughts, you'll experience positivity. It works. It works. It's just how the brain is wired. So my genuine advice is just start. Business, just start. People. All right. So I'd like to advise and I'd like to tell people that we are looking forward and excited for your orders. We can't wait to serve you guys. And we are looking forward to starting our own physical shop very soon. Yeah. And so far, so good. And we are excited that you, Global Awareness Team, have chosen to interview us. It's such an honor. And thank you so much.